So you may have noticed I missed last week's episode, but it's for a very important reason. I took the time to go out and actually get my COVID-19 vaccine shot, and it definitely put me under for a couple days, but I know at the end of the day, it's definitely worth it, and I encourage everybody to go do it, but now that's all behind me and I don't have any of the side effects anymore, it's time for a beer. Welcome to Big Papa's Daytime Drinking Show. So for this episode, I decided once again to go for a brewery that I haven't had before. I'm super excited because I've had a couple of their beers in the past, but not a lot of them. And it's gonna be right here, 1010 Brewing. Let's go have a couple cold ones, shall we? All right, so I'm here at 1010 Brewery off of Virginia Drive in Orlando, Florida. I've never been here before, and I've had one or two of their beers in the past, but I'm super excited to give these a shot and see what we can find out. So let's go ahead and dive in. Starting off first, we have the Rio Brava. It's an IPA, 6.5%, brewed with rye. Nice citrus, hoppy notes. Very nice hop forward notes. Little on the malty side, so it's a pretty balanced IPA. Rye IPAs aren't super common, but this one's super tasty, and I love IPAs. You guys know that. And, I would drink several of these in a sitting. All right, next up we have the Chronically Mismanaged, which is going to be a red ale, 5.5% ABV. Brewed with Lineage Modern American Coffee. So we got a red ale with coffee, so you can smell those coffee notes, very roasty. That's fun. So it's got all those full coffee notes and flavors throughout, similar to what you expect with a stout or porter, but it's not super heavy like a stout or porter. So very low gravity and body to it. So it's like a refreshing coffee. It's got almost the consistency of coffee, where it's not super thick, but it's that's good. That's like drinking a delicious cold brew. That Lineage American coffee is delicious. All right. Next up, we have the Coconut. It is a milk stout with toasted coconuts, coming at 6% ABV. Ooh, that's nice. It's on the sweeter side of a milk stout, so it's got that sweetness to it. And you can definitely taste the toasted coconut throughout. Beautiful flavor. If you're brewing a coconut milk stout, that's how it should be done. That is just 100% the flavors you want. You don't taste like you're eating fake coconut. It tastes like they just shredded it, toasted it some, and then brewed with it. That is a knockout beer. And I'm not a huge stout fan, as I've said many times in the past, but that is tasty. And then finally, this one sparked my interest when I saw it on the menu. This is the Airwaves. It is a wheat ale at 4.5% ABV, but it's a Citra dry hopped tart wheat ale. So I smell the citrusy notes in it. Okay. Yeah, definitely the flavor and the body of a wheat ale you'd expect, which is a little bit of that tartness in the back end. So it's almost like a sour that didn't come full term, that uses wheat, obviously. So that's interesting. It's different.
Brother, I'm just gonna bring it out to you, okay?
Perfect. So I'm not gonna have a ton of those, but it's pretty tasty overall. So I definitely enjoyed that. So if you find yourself over here in the Virginia area, it's right in the Ivanhoe Park area, so not too far from Ivanhoe Park Brewing. If you find yourself in the area, please stop by, enjoy a couple beers, and let's kick it over to the brews section, shall we? Over to you, Big Papa. So this brings us to our brews section, and let me just say, if you ain't taking care of business, this you must expect. Love gets slippery when it's wet. Oh, actually, we're brewing Wet When Slippery, not Slippery When Wet, the Commodore song. Sorry, different channel. So this is gonna come from Hoof Hearted Brewing Company out of Marengo, Ohio. It is a double IPA. They used a patent pending super fruity brewing technique. And for this beer, they're actually using real Tutti Fruttis by way of passion fruit. It's beautiful, dark, hazy color. And this one actually has pineapple puree added to it also. So, you got a lot of that hop body, a little bit of those citrus notes in there. I can sort of smell the pineapple. There's all the pineapple right there. Wow. That is a great concoction. It's almost like a hoppy pineapple juice, would be the best way to describe it. They put the perfect amount of pineapple puree in there during the brewing process, and like you're tasting it, you can sort of taste that pineapple pulp also, and it's just a very pineapple-y beer, but it's not super sweet and acidic like pineapple juice is. It's definitely well balanced. Oh yeah. And coming in at 9%, it's a little heavier, but you don't taste that booze at all. And that's a great job when brewers can do that, make that higher ABV without also hitting you on top of that with the boozy flavors. So overall, for this beer, I'm gonna give it a 4.0. It's again, Wet When Slippery by Hoof Hearted Brewing out of Ohio. 4.0. Now that he's done, you know what's next. And I can see you shiver with anticipation. But if there's one thing you should anticipate, you can anticipate me doing the chug. It's time for Big Papa Chugs. All right, so the anticipation is over. Today we are going to be chugging Anticipate Me by Bowigan's Brewery out of Castleberry, Florida. It is a triple dry hopped Imperial Hazy IPA coming in at 8.3% ABV. Now when they're triple dry hopping, they are using Nelson, Eldorado, and Mosaic hops. That deep, juicy, hazy color. Very heavy citrus notes in this. Very thick looking, but let's have some fun. Prost. Wow. Very thick, very hazy. Major juice bomb. Lots of citrus notes throughout. Very filling. It's a great beer. This was done in their celebration of their 6th anniversary that they just went through not too long ago. And they keep pumping out beers like this. They've got another 60 years ahead of them at least. So thanks for stopping in. Until next time, this has been Big Papa. Keep on chugging.